What's up, everybody? I'm Naomi. I've been traveling for the last couple years, and this is part 4 of my 5-part traveling series. We talked about finding community, shared living. We talked about how to prep your mind for living abroad. Today, we're getting into travel routines for once you get abroad, how to keep yourself grounded, how to keep your nervous system in check, and how to better ease your way into living in a completely new country. If you haven't watched any of the other travel series videos, click the link in the bio down below and start at number 1. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for the last part if you have watched the other videos. And yeah, let's get into it. So a lot of people, when I tell them that I've lived abroad, their first thing is like, oh my God, is that not scary? I have been traveling with my 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old, since she had just turned 3 years old. We went to Thailand, we went to Costa Rica, we went to Colombia, all places that a lot of people are shaken up about, especially from the United States. The truth is that sometimes it can indeed be scary, but not for the reasons that you would think. You're in a new country, you're in a new language, you don't know the streets yet. Maybe you don't even know the city or the neighborhood. You don't know where to buy groceries. You don't know where to set your housing up at. It can sometimes feel like you've dropped into a completely different planet. But after a couple years of traveling alone with my daughter, I've realized that fear goes away as soon as I just find my rhythm, as soon as I am able to drop back into my usual routine. And it will definitely look different from place to place, but I know what keeps me going on the daily. So that helps me to figure out what that looks like no matter what country I'm in. Once I set my routine and my rhythm, it stops feeling like I'm surviving abroad and starts feeling like, oh, I'm living here now. These are the routines and the things that help me feel like I'm home, help me feel grounded and comfortable no matter where I'm at in the world. So the first thing I do, even before I get to a new place, is to find my necessities. These are my anchors and the things that I need in order to help me stay grounded. For me, that usually means somewhere to get active, whether it be a gym, a park, hiking trails, swimming, or beach. Whatever will fulfill the part of my spirit that needs to be exercised in a way that allows me to move energy through my body. In Costa Rica, I was doing Muay Thai. In Colombia, I was going to the outside gym every day. It kind of just depends on what country I'm in and what I'm able to find there. The next thing that I'm looking for is transportation. How easily can I get around? I love to choose cities that are walkable. So whether it be walking, whether it be renting a scooter in Thailand, whether it be needing to take the train in Colombia, I'm looking at how am I going to get around. And when I get to that place, the first thing that I'm doing is figuring out the using part of the transportation. The next thing that I'm looking at is food, groceries. Are we going to farmers markets? Are there good options to shop at for groceries? We have a pretty much a vegan diet, and so finding good organic produce and grains and things like that is super important. A lot of grocery stores, especially outside of the country, don't just carry vegan products, so it can be a little bit of a challenge to find the things that I need. The next thing that I'm looking at is nature, not just like parks, but are there beaches? Are there places to swim in? Are there rivers? Are there hiking spots? Is there a lot of greenery? I really thrive when I am in a place that is very green. So that's usually what I'm looking for. And if it's not super green, like if I'm in the city or something, then being able to get to a place that's very green, really important for me. And then I'm also looking for the things that we like to do. So we are cafe dwellers. We love to take our schoolwork and go to the cafe. We love to take my laptop, the iPad, go sit at a cafe, draw at a cafe. Like we love to be in the cafe. And we are pretty much homebodies. So finding our little places that feel like home outside of the home is super important. And so I'm always looking for a few cafes that we can be in and chill at, that have good Wi-Fi, that have options to eat. If I can find ones that also cater to the kids, that's even better. If not, we still make it work, but we love to be in a cozy cafe. That's our thing for sure. In Costa Rica, there was cafes, but it wasn't so much of dwelling cafes. It was like you go in there, you eat, and you leave. They didn't really have it set up to just chill when I was there. It was a small beach town. And so it really did kind of put a damper. There was not anywhere to just like go escape the heat and chill out, or even just chill out. So yeah, I found out in Costa Rica that that is something that I really like need to put a higher priority on. Even though we're homebodies, we need to be able to be outside of the house and be outside comfortably. And then the last thing that is a big priority to me is to make sure that I can find an outlet to have my me time. So something for my daughter to do. In Thailand, I was able to find a Montessori daycare for her that had like a big outside space. They did crafts, they cooked their lunch, they gardened, they did all kinds of things. It was super affordable, and I don't like to put her in extended hours. They had a half day, which was 4 hours. It was perfect to give me a 4 hour work day for sure, or allow me the space to just do something for me. And it also allowed her to socialize with other kids who were local, get in her playtime, get in her, artsy crafts and things like that. If you're a parent and you're thinking about traveling solo, or even just a parent in general, like it's very helpful to be able to kind of escape and give yourself time to decompress. For me, it's absolutely necessary. I think that it's a lot easier to figure that out as you're on the go. Maybe you already know. I certainly did not, because I had never done anything like this before I did it. And it's definitely been a learning experience. Every place that I've gone to had different things, had different versions of the same thing, or maybe didn't have my necessities at all. I remember when I did get to Costa Rica and I was trying to figure out what to eat, we were eating rice and beans for the first like 2-3 weeks because I just couldn't figure out anything else. I didn't know where to get produce until I found out that there was a Saturday farmers market, or randomly coming across somebody on the side of the road that just happened to be selling their fruits. I think there was like one guy in a truck that would go around every once in a while selling his vegetables and things that he had from his farm. But other than that, it was just a generic grocery store. The prices were super expensive, and it was just like completely unrealistic for my budget. So yeah, finding those things out beforehand, if possible, getting into Facebook groups, asking around, and seeing if your necessities are even attainable in the place that you're wanting to go to, because that will make a difference when you're living there. Once you're able to map those things out, the city will feel way less intimidating. Settling in and just calming your nervous system will feel way less intimidating. The next part for me is expansion and slowly expanding. Once I have my necessities in place and I've figured out where to get everything I need, where to go everywhere that I want to go, then I start branching out little by little. I will pick a nearby neighborhood and I'll go explore that. I'll hang around my areas that I've found a little bit longer or start to talk to different people. I will try to experience those places in different times of day. And that just helps me to feel like I have more familiar places to dwell in. I definitely do not try to see everything at one time. It's super overstimulating for me, and I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on my nervous system. So I really just do my best to take it slowly. There's no need to rush, and I feel like it allows for a lot more presence. Also, when you just ease into it and you allow yourself to be present in those spots, you come up on other places naturally. When I got to Colombia, I immediately found a school for Wilder, and so I would just drop her off and I would walk to a coffee shop, and the next day I would walk a different way to that same coffee shop, and I just did that for a few days until I felt comfortable about the area, and then maybe after I would choose a different coffee shop in the same neighborhood and start just exploring that way. Now let's talk about daily routines. This is the real secret to feeling comfortable while you're abroad and feeling at home while you're in a new country. No matter where I'm at in the world, I try my best to keep the same rhythm daily. So that looks like wake up and make some tea or make some coffee, get my journal in, or quiet time, as I like to tell Wilder. Journal, read, color, draw, whatever it is to just wake up, sip your tea, and chill out. We usually get dressed first thing in the morning because I feel like it immediately elevates the day. And then we'll go for a walk. We might go to a cafe and get a little treat, or we might take our things and go there to work or get school done. Throughout the day, we usually try to stop somewhere outside and just get some fresh air, somewhere we can sit and watch the birds or look at the plants or something. Definitely eating nourishing meals. And then I daily am trying to hit at least one person to have a conversation with, to say hi, socialize, smile. It really helps me to feel like I'm not so alone when I'm in a new place. So also in that is some form of exercise, whether it be workouts at the beach, workouts at the park, getting into dancing or something daily. Moving my body helps a lot. And then we're always winding down with our nighttime routine, taking a shower or a bath, if possible, taking a bath, reading a book, talking about our day, getting ready for bed, making it cozy, making it fun, making it relaxing. Doing that, no matter where we're at in the world, helps to keep us grounded. It can look different everywhere. When we were in Thailand, we walked down the street to get our coffee every morning and had conversation with the lady who would give us our coffee, and then walked across the street to the stall to get our fried rice in the morning. And Wilder looked forward to that every day. When it was in Costa Rica, we would walk down to the bakery and we would get a croissant, and then we'd sit at the beach and we would eat our croissant together, and then we'd start our day. In Colombia, we would walk down to the corner and we would get fresh orange juice and go for a little walk along the river, and then we would go home and we'd start our day. And of course, no routine is perfect. It might not turn out like that every single day, but the consistency and overall doing it on the daily or trying to get it done really helps to like integrate and helps it to feel like normal everyday life, even when your entire environment looks completely different than the month before. I also typically have specific routines for Wilder no matter where we're at. When we wake up, she always has oatmeal. That's like her favorite thing, oatmeal or cereal. So I let her pick it out. I let her choose what she wants in the morning. She's always looking forward to a walk at some point in the day. I always have snacks for her on the go. She always has her backpack or a little bag that she likes to bring when we go out, and she knows that she packs it with a notebook. She always has a notebook, and she always has things to color with. Those things really keep her at ease and keep her at bay ever since she was literally like 1.5 years old. That's always been a thing for her, and I always make sure that she has those items ready to go no matter where we're at, and it helps so freaking much regardless of whether we're in a cafe, a government office, in line for something. And at nighttime, she always knows, okay, it's time to wind down. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to read a book, and I'm going to go to bed. No matter what, that's how we end the night, no matter where we're at. The routines just give us pockets of familiarity no matter where we're at. And it's law for me. Like, it's literally a ritual that we take no matter where we're at. So yeah, living abroad can definitely be scary. We don't push away our fears, we embrace them and we figure out how to live with them. Once you set up your necessities, you start expanding slowly, build up your daily routine or continue to maintain your daily routine. Then it stops being scary and it starts being just really beautiful, a beautiful experience and a beautiful way to explore. The biggest lesson I've learned probably is to not try to replicate your life exactly. Leave room for flexibility. Let your routines adapt to the culture. Be open to allowing it to evolve. That's where the magic is. If I had one tip to offer anybody that is thinking about traveling or currently traveling and just feels chaotic, it would be to give yourself the anchors. Don't just jump into the deep and find the things that you need. Find your grocery stores, find your cafes, find your parks, look for your community, and then let the adventure unfold for you naturally. Thank you so much for watching. This video is the fourth part of my travel series. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the previous 4 videos. Stay tuned for the next video, the last part to this series. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Nami Hewitt. Check out my blogs on naturallynami.com. I have vlogs and visual diaries from the last 2 years of traveling through all of the countries that I've been, so check those out. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.